All right, no matter where you are, no matter when you are, good morning. As you can see, it's Subway Surfers today. That was one of our requests. It's September 30th, so happy birthday to Mr. Brian. Go me. Doesn't normally matter, but it'll make sense at the end of our video today. So let's get into it. So the Hurricane Helena that went through Florida as well as North Carolina and many other states as well, including Georgia, really took a toll on everywhere it hit, obviously. But right now, kind of an update on North Carolina, the areas in which you think it would get the least amount because of how the storm would die out over time. The main thing I want us to see is that there's a lot of people missing and a lot of people presumed to be deceased right now. Now, one of the main things I wanted to point out is right here, that officials have said 100,000 people are without power. More than 1,000 people have taken refuge in 24 different shelters across the state, and a major disaster has affected 25 counties in the state alone. So as they go through and try to, the damage is crazy. How do I put this? We obviously know the damage is going to be crazy in places like Florida and Georgia at the very beginning where it's going to hit once it hits the American land. And it obviously hit Mexico as well, and Mexico even had Tropical Storm John as well. So they had a lot going on. But it's genuinely crazy to think it can make it this far up and affect this many lives still, once it has died out as much as it has normally. This is showing us exactly just how strong these winds can truly get to really continue carrying these hurricanes across land. So I wanted to shout it out because I know it's really important to make sure we understand what areas of our country are going through it and ways in which we can help. So whether it's donating to organizations that are going down and helping people, whether it's people down there and sending them goods or things that they might need. A lot of people are going to be without the major necessities, whether it's water, food, even things like hygiene products are going to be just not available for quite a while until things get back to some normalcy down there. And so we just hope that everyone is able to survive and get the things that they need to in the time that they can. So I wanted to shout that out. Now, normally I don't cover this, but it's really interesting to hear what a world leader openly is saying. We're not going to stop war. We're not stopping. I'm not going to do the ceasefire everyone wants me to do. It's also crazy the images he decided to take to a UN speech with him. I'm not going to spend too much time on this version of it. NPR breaks it down if you're really curious, but the main thing I wanted to point out was this. First of all, the title is amazing. Not even the Justice League could save this UN. But the main thing I want to point out is during his speech yesterday, look at how many people are gone. You notice these chairs? See how empty these are? You don't really see that too often. And it wasn't just from that speech I showed on the previous news story. There was also a speech given by the new French Prime Minister, President. But it's really interesting to see the UN being this empty during a very important conversation that they were having. People showing their positions by physically not being there, by physically, not even just not being there, by physically standing up and leaving. That's a really good way to protest, especially in a powerful meeting, to show, yeah, if you're not going to give us the time and respect, we're not going to give you the time and respect. So I found that to be pretty interesting, and I personally in my lifetime had never seen this happen, so that made it that much more interesting. And obviously the title is amazing. So that's really all of the major political stuff I wanted to cover. Now we get into the stuff that matters, why I mentioned that it was my birthday earlier. It has a lot to do with the fact of this. There's never been a greater time for the Detroit Tigers to make the playoffs after a 10-year drought since 2014, 2016 area. I think 16 is the last time we made the playoffs in a wild card. We're in, baby. We're in. We're playing the Houston Astros, the team I would much rather have played. Look at the boys just having fun. I was there. The day we clinched the playoff, this is not that day, it was on Friday. The day we clinched the playoffs, the park was electric. I'll maybe throw up a video if I have it on my phone. I know I do, but I got to make sure I didn't get too excited and maybe said something I shouldn't have, you know what I mean? So I'm representing today. I'm wearing my Red Wings Detroit Tigers collaboration jersey. So it's got the Wings and it's got the Tigers. It's a Mo Sider jersey. I'm going to the Wings preseason game tonight for my birthday. Super excited. I get emotional talking about it. I'm so excited the Tigers are back. The Tigers are back in the playoff, baby. There's nothing better. There's no better feeling in this world right now. And then, I wanted to bring up the fact that people are now putting the pressure on the Wings, saying, hey, last year you should have made the playoffs, but you didn't. This year, we didn't have a great offseason as the Detroit Red Wings. What are you going to do? You got to make it. You can't not make it. So I'm really hoping that the Red Wings get inspired by this amazing, almost angelic, almost godly run the Tigers went on. And I'll throw up a graphic right here if I can find it. Fangraphs in August, I think August 11th, it said the Tigers had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs, and now it's 100%. So, awash with you, Fangraphs. Tarek, he is, in fact, the favorite to win the pitcher's title. He won the Triple Crown. That means he had the most strikeouts, the most wins, and the lowest ERA in his league. That is, the last Tiger to win the Triple Crown was Miguel Cabrera in the batting title, so he won the Triple Crown of batting. Tarek Skubal won the Triple Crown already, and he's most likely going to win the Cy Young, the most prestigious award every year given to pitchers in the MLB. Now, to end today, I'm going to play the greatest clip that came out of the Tigers postseason, or regular season leading into the postseason. That is manager AJ Hinge with this beautiful quote that genuinely gets me emotional when I see it because just how amazing it is, and he's so correct and so absolutely true with what he's saying.
But this is called punching your ticket to October, okay? Special teams do special things, and we got an opportunity to do something special. We ask a lot out of you guys all year. All year we've asked a lot out of you guys to do something for the guy next to you. And when I asked you in the middle of the season, remember I asked you, what kind of team do you want to be? I guess you wanted to be a playoff team.
It just brings me so much joy to see that. Like, I am emotional every time I watch that. I would run through a wall for that man after saying something like that. If those Tigers don't go into the playoffs ready to go, ready to beat Houston, AJ Hinge, our manager's old ball club, if they can go in there and kick their butts, I mean, we did it, friends. Cheers to the Tigers. Let's go, baby. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by.